Hey guys, Jay Hoyt here. Before we get into today's video, we've been telling you guys at the start of every video that the majority of you guys are not even subscribed. So make sure to go down below, hit the subscribe button, and enjoy the video. What's on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The CDL is right around the corner. The COD League, for those who don't know, is tomorrow. Actually, for when I'm recording this, today as you're watching it. And I want to break down some of the stuff that is kind of like a, hey, this is stuff you should know before jumping in to watch this stream. So the Call of Duty League is back. Of course, we got the website pulled up. And it is, like I said, yeah, coming tomorrow for the opening weekend, the 8th through the 10th. And luckily, I should be able to watch majority of the matches if I do. But where to watch, that's our first thing. So this year, it will be exclusively on YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, right? YouTube's an okay platform, right? We obviously are uploading to it. And it has nothing to do with YouTube itself, right? Let me just start with that. Nothing to do with YouTube personally. However, we've been talking about this debate for how long? Where YouTube live streaming, it is impossible, and I mean very difficult to find a live stream. Not only that, but the discoverability of a live stream, like I said, is close to impossible. So if you go on YouTube, right, and you're just casually scrolling through, you know, trying to find something to watch, a video, a stream, whatever it may be, the chances of you're finding some random live stream, very slim, right? I know personally, whenever there is a streamer that I watch that is exclusively on YouTube, unless I'm subscribed to them and I can see, you know, their channel is live, I have no idea when they're streaming, right? I know I can turn on the notifications and stuff, but I don't really care that much, right? So if I'm going to watch something, or if I'm trying to find something new to watch, this is not it, right? This is definitely not it. Now, we've been on Twitch for how long, right? We tried to move over to YouTube right when it was kind of blowing up as a competitor streaming platform. And it worked, but it had some issues. But here's the thing, right? And I tweeted this out, and I said what you can see on your screen now. So this tweet is from Intel CDL, and I didn't know at the time, but I missed a tweet from the Call of Duty League that said all of what I'm kind of reading from, what you need to know. And it says, you know, the COD League on 2024 will be exclusively streamed on YouTube. In which I replied, massive L, right? We're going to talk about more reasons, but this is a massive L. And I said, we've seen on a bunch of occasions where forcing everything on one platform doesn't work. Look at what's happening in the streaming space right now with a lot of the streamers. Streaming to multiple platforms is becoming the new thing. Twitch is king, but more is better. Now, what I mean by that is that if you look at some of the bigger named YouTubers, now I know I'm going to name just a select few, but it's actually a really interesting thing. So there is certain streamers that are signed with an exclusive contract with a certain, you know, platform. In this case, we're going to be talking about YouTube. So in this case, I'm talking about Courage, right? Now, he streams exclusively on YouTube. However, you know, that's great. That's good for him. Hopefully everything's working out for him, right? He's still doing well. But here's the thing. I want to take another look at a different streamer, Ninja. Now, obviously, Ninja absolutely blew up the streaming space and was the biggest thing in the world for a while. And then he ended up canceling his contract, or, you know, whatever it took. But he got out of his contract. You know, he went over to Mixer for a little bit. You know, that basically died in its tracks. And now he's back streaming on all of the platforms, essentially. So he's streaming on Twitch, he's streaming on YouTube, he's streaming on TikTok, he's streaming on, I think, Twitter too sometimes, but he's streaming on all of them, right? And why? Why would you want to stream on more than one platform, right? So on Twitch, you can sort by different games, you can see recommended, streamers, you can see, if Ninja's playing with Courage or with somebody else, they can see that, right? They can see, playing with this person, playing with that person. Oh, where do they stream? Over on YouTube. Well, where's his Twitch channel? He doesn't have one. So it's like, I would rather see something on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok and wherever else. Is Facebook gaming still a thing? I don't even know. But all of the platforms, why can't we just have them all? Right? Have every single one of them so we can watch it. Why can't we do that? Why do we have to just be focused on one platform? I don't get it. So again, I will say, and I will continue to fight this as long as anyone asks for my opinion, streaming exclusively on only one platform is stupid, right? Twitch has always been king for live streaming. YouTube, is definitely a good competitor, but, I mean, we're still a long ways from where we need to be on YouTube. So, again, I'll say it's a massive L for the CDL. And, I had a better line than that. And I could have used it. I was going to say they put the L in CDL. But I'm too late to that. Too late. But either way, the next thing is, so we can watch and learn, obviously. Or watch and earn, I should say. Not watch and learn. Well, you can watch and learn, too. Watch and earn, so drops are back. You can earn different, camos, weapon XP, tokens, XP tokens in general, different charms, sprays, stickers, calling cards, whatever it may be. All of this stuff for normal drops are back. Like I said, you earn those by watching the stream. So then watch parties are back. Obviously, if you wanted to be a part of that, there's like an application process and stuff. But here's the other thing, right? And I saw this on Twitter when I was looking at the initial tweet by Intel CDL. And someone was like, why does everyone say exclusively streaming on YouTube is such a bad idea? And someone was like, I'm genuinely curious, like, why people say this, because the person was a big fan of the YouTube live streaming. And there was like a bunch of comments on there. And they were like, well, the UI is not the greatest. Finding people, like all the things we mentioned earlier are there. Plus, like, Twitch has always been king for Call of Duty, and it just, again, feels like a massive L for this whole thing, right? Watch parties on Twitch. You're not gonna go to, just the CDL channel and just watch, right? I mean, some people do. Obviously, I do. But if you have, let's just say, Scump or Zuma or any other of these big name former players, and they're watching the game, and you can watch your favorite streamer who's watching the thing you already want to be watching, that's a pretty good idea, right? Imagine if you had Babe Ruth still alive and you're watching a baseball game while he's hanging out commentating or, talking baseball or whatever. Obviously, I know he's not alive anymore, but wouldn't that be super cool? I think it would be. But our next thing is we actually have two new teams. So we have the Carolina Royal Ravens, no longer the London Royal Ravens. Still not a great franchise by any means. Obviously, we get into teams later on. But then they have the Miami Heretics being the Spanish squad. So obviously there was a huge, Spanish, momentum boost, if you will, when Heretics was a big name in the CDL. They bring back, I believe, what I assume to be 5 of kind of the biggest Spanish players there were and are, and obviously some young talent mixed with some veterans in there. The next thing is, and this is all straight from the CDL, is the G2 Esports have, I guess, a strategic partnership. I'm not really sure exactly what that means, but between its V1, the ownership group of the Minnesota Rocker. So I'm, again, not exactly sure what that means, but something behind the scenes that probably won't make a difference, at least on the main stage. So The next thing is, everybody wonders what the casters, what the talent's going to be for this year. And on the desk, you have Puckett, Allie, and Nameless. I'm assuming Puckett's going to be the host, followed with Allie and Nameless being kind of the analysts. Then you have you bringing back Miles and Chance kind of as your lead casting duo now. You know, obviously, I wish this second pairing being Maven and Merc were there all the time, but I just don't really feel like that's kind of what they want to do, right? They become such big-name streaming personalities and kind of went, kind of casting is their side job almost anymore, and streaming is their number one job. Now, maybe they have more responsibilities than I realize, but Merc and Maven are back as well, along with Hold Shift and Study. So, recently announced that Bryce and Ton were released by the CDL, who was a pair of casters that didn't really get a ton of time on camera, but they were still a duo nonetheless. Then also Landon Saunders, or whatever his name was, Lando, if you will, has kind of grown up through the ranks of Call of Duty, with the analyst side and, creating his own content, then to becoming an analyst and eventually getting on to the casting side, who he was paired with Study. Personally, I liked Landon. He was a good guy. He seemed to be pretty genuine about what he was talking about. Obviously, he was young and still learning, but it just apparently, kind of has ran its course, and he decided to, I guess he called it, retire. So Hold Shift, who has been around for a while, I'm not very familiar with him, but obviously I see his name, through a lot of Call of Duty stuff. So he is the new casting partner with Study. So obviously I hope he comes in and everyone gives him a nice warm welcome, and hopefully he does a good job. Obviously he's been working at it for a while. But a lot of new information for the Call of Duty League this year. Obviously, YouTube is, probably the biggest L of the year for at least Call of Duty, exclusivity goes. I would love to see it, on Twitch. I pretty much exclusively watch everything on Twitch. Only go to YouTube when I absolutely have to. Or at least, Twitch has always been my streaming platform. YouTube has always been my video platform, for obviously myself personally, streaming and, uploading videos. So I guess we'll see how everything turns out. It starts today, 3 o'clock. I'll probably upload it a few hours early. But that's going to do it for today's video. I would love to hear all of your thoughts and comments. So leave those down below in the comments section. If you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so you never miss an upload. And don't forget, you can always change your mind later. With all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.